gave her the biggest hug that I could. And when she saw me, she was like, oh man, finally somebody I see that's on my side.
Right, they can relate.
She was getting hit with everything left and right. And I just said, I hugged her. I said, I'm so proud of you.
An internship is just what's needed to put things right now that Cheryl Miller is on Caitlin's side. Let's correct the record. Cheryl Miller is more than simply a former basketball player. She is a legend who practically invented the idea of domination in women's basketball. While she slept, she was able to use pure magic to torch defenses. And Cheryl Miller would be the best person to help Caitlin improve. Cheryl is teaching her the technical aspects of the game as well as how to handle the hostility.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the inductee class of 1995. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame. I'm sure that I'm going to forget some people out here, but I'd like to thank Linda Sharp, my coach at USC, Bill Wall, Lynn Berry, Annie Myers, Coach Pat Summit, my mom and dad, my friends, my family. I remember reading.
After reading Hush once, Cheryl is fully aware of the pressure to stand out because she has gone through it herself. She is now giving Caitlin advice on how to deal with the unique combination of talent and jealousy she experiences in the WNBA, a league that all too often considers young players to be dangerous. The collaboration between Caitlin and Cheryl Miller is excellent. It's amusing how the WNBA players must be feeling at the moment because Cheryl is such an abnormality that she makes everyone around her feel as though they must prove something. This is a completely new kind of mentoring.
Pioneers who made their marks on the hardwood, superstars of a growing sport. These are the legends of our game. She was one of the greatest college players ever, a scholastic icon who helped the game climb to new popularity, Cheryl Miller. This two-time National High School Player of the Year received more than 250 scholarship offers. She picked USC and lived up to every expectation. This four-time All-American set USC career records for scoring, rebounding, free throws made, and steals. Those records still stand today. When her teams won NCAA titles in 1983 and 1984, she was tournament MVP each time. She was just as dominant for the 1984 Olympic gold medal team. She had a strong second act as a coach and a broadcaster. And in 1995, earned induction into the Basketball Hall.
Because you're side-eyeing Caitlin while she's learning play-by instruction from a real legend under Cheryl's guidance. Caitlin is skilled at maintaining her cool in the face of insecurities. Let's face it.
Nelson Adota trying to save it and does. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three, will dip inside and lay it in. There are the first points in the WNBA career of Caitlin Clark.
Take it at the rim. Here, hesitation. You have to come out on her. Goes the...
Cheryl's idea is simple. You show them buckets when they express hatred. Caitlin is learning from someone who has gone through everything and understands exactly how to handle it, which makes this connection unique. What happens when Caitlin signs with the WNBA? Most of you so-called experts would prefer to denigrate her than recognize her talent. She has the mindset, the skills, and the insane range, nearly half the court. The league speaks about wanting talent. Yet when it's in front of you, some of you act as though you'd rather watch her fail than see the WNBA get better. It's not that she is stealing your thunder. Rather than expressing appreciation, Stephen Curry gets the cold shoulder and the sidelong glance. Let's not act as though this doesn't occur often. Caitlin is not here to replace you, but rather to enhance the game. However, some of you feel intimidated.
One down, and it's a big one.
Gets old.
Clark has space. She's going to let it fly, and she's going to connect.
Oh, Caitlin Clark.
She waited to prime time to connect from deep.
NCAA ranks. We've got some score power on the court.
Watch that inside hand, that left hand. Caitlin Clark gets away with a little shove inside, creates that space.
Gustafson, too much. Long rebound to the Fever. Oh, back mid like this. Don't wait.
Transition deep.
For whatever reason, Cheryl is instructing Caitlin to block off her bad emotions. Is it because she's breaking ankles and pulling up from the logo? Or is it because you're too busy subweeding each other to notice how quickly she's becoming a fan favorite? This is probably how Cheryl would advise Caitlin. They don't want to be blinded by all of your three-pointers. Because of her vast expertise, she was able to weather the storm and still earn respect. She is training Caitlin to play her game without fear, to take ownership of every move that makes WNBA players shake their heads in envy, including every swish and step-back three. In addition, Cheryl has witnessed the worst of it. Caitlin is therefore in good hands. Fans have been excitedly anticipating the WNBA All-Star Game since it was announced that rookies Caitlin Clark and Angel Ree had been selected for the 2025 WNBA All-Star team. The question of whether Clark or Ree would start for the WNBA, which is coached by renowned women's basketball player Cheryl Miller, has been hotly debated ever since. But now that the WNBA starting five has been released, the doubts might finally be answered.
And Clark doing it with some defense. Comes up with the block, and then Lexi Hull finds her. Fever back within 4. Hall is trying to clear 8. Shot clock down to 9. Here as Clark gets inside, the scoop shot falls. Indiana scoring, has done it from the three-point line, has gotten to the rim, and she'll head to the foul line here momentarily.
Caitlin Clark received her final blessing after being indisputably chosen as the team's starting point guard. Additionally, we signed Connecticut Sun forward Dananna Boner, forward Nneka Ike of the Seattle Storm, guard AR of the Dallas Wings, and center Jonquil Jones of the New York Liberty. Ogunbowale Miller has praised Clark's abilities both on and off the court for the whole week, despite the fact that she isn't currently in charge of a squad court. Nonetheless, Miller had the exceptional chance to coach rookie stars Caitlin Clark and Angel Ree, who are usually presented as rivals in the media, while she was the head coach of the WNBA squad in the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game. During a September 3rd appearance on The Mark Jackson Show, Miller also made a clear remark about the apparent hostility between these two 22-year-old global superstars.
Jump out the gym. She's not like your 6'6", 6'5", which gives her a height advantage, a length advantage. So it has to be here. It has to be here because I've never seen someone offensively rebound better than her. Better than her. And she reminds me of that mentality of Dennis Rodman. Anything around the rim, loose around there, she gonna get. She gonna find a way. And they used to call it, he has a nose for the ball. No, it's just something in them that every loose ball, they gonna find a way. Runs the floor, great hands, understanding. Those two being on the floor shattered whatever narrative people were trying to push. Ain't no animosity. I mean, it was fun while it lasted. But these guys, all they want to do is win. And seeing them interact off the court and shoot around and everything else, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, guys. And it was such a blessing to be a part.
Cheryl Reeves' Team USA team was defeated by the WNBA team 117-109. She was the team's head coach, even though she wanted to beat Team USA. Miller seemed more concerned with making sure everyone she was mentoring had a good time that weekend, especially the rookies Angel Ree and Caitlin Clark. It's funny because some of you WNBA veterans aren't attempting to appreciate Caitlin's elegance. Instead, you're behaving like she's the reason ESPN pulled down your highlights. Every time Caitlin lights up the court, Cheryl advises her to hold her head up and approach the arena with pride because she knows that Cheryl's knowledge is behind her, fueling her moves and mindset. While Caitlin is out there draining shots from the parking lot during the finals, you guys are perspiring more than LeBron. Or what about when Caitlin uses a step-back three to send opponents reeling? She resembles Allen Iverson at his best. You cross people up and send them running for their trainers instead of treating some of you WNBA players with dignity. Treat her with kindness. remains staring as she sinks another 30-foot, as if it were no big deal since Cheryl has her back despite being a newbie and Caitlin knows how to deal with the flames. This connection is not only noteworthy, but historic. Cheryl Miller and Caitlin Clark are comparable to Michael Jordan tutoring Luka Doncic. There are irrevocable repercussions when two basketball players with such high IQs get together. Caitlin is being guided by Cheryl, who is teaching her how to deal with criticism and preparing her for success in a league that sometimes ignores extraordinary potential until it's too late.
Attitude going back, just all competitive. And that's what it's about. And she's ready for this moment, as I said in that first half, and she is showing and proving why right now. Atkins off the window.
Harrington off the mark as Clark steps into a three and knocks it down. Connecticut, second last in the league in three-point percentage, just under 29%. Clark heaves and...
It's time for all of you WNBA players to accept reality. Because to Cheryl's influence, Caitlin is growing stronger. She is competing for highlights, MVP awards, and records. Additionally, she is acting with Cheryl Miller's confidence. The difference is that Shaw was at least well known for his power, but Caitlin is doing it with grace and with the support of one of the most respected names in the game, while you're busy whining about Caitlin's excellent stats, like prime Shaq under the rim. Cheryl Miller and Caitlin Clark's collaboration is the biggest major twist in the WNBA tale. This is a wake-up call because Caitlin and Cheryl Miller are creating a legacy in spite of your criticism. The next time you witness Caitlin Clark dominating the court, remember that she is Cheryl Miller on her side. Cheryl has probably already given her 5 additional methods to blow your defense apart while you're huddled around trying to figure out how to manage her game. For a league that has been so hesitant to accept ACC, Caitlin has the raw talent, and Cheryl is teaching her how to make it renowned. Caitlin is unrepentant and supported by the legends when she first shows up.
Clark outside, and that's good.
Clark trying to shake free Mabry all over. Here is Clark. Clark separating, taking, and hitting. Caitlin Clark with a difficult look from deep. A locked-in face.
Locked-in face.
Clark a deep three. You bet. Could have held for one, did not, but able to hit. Here's the flick ahead. Alyssa Smith lays it in on the delivery from Clark. She finally missed one. Kennedy Carter had been 6 for 6 from the floor. Here's Clark. Finds the cutter. Boston inside for...
WNBA, get ready. You may either take the initiative or keep claiming that Caitlin isn't the real deal. However, you can be certain that Cheryl Miller's trainee has her consent for every photo she takes and every record she breaks. She is not here to blend in. She has come to defy expectations. She's doing it in style, too.